I am Alfred, Lord Tennyson. I was born in the depths of Lincolnshire in 1809, the fourth son of children of the rector of Somersby. My father, George Clayton Tennyson, a well-read clergyman and a drunk, who took out his disappointment on his wife and his children. Although my father had many faults, he helped to educate me in writing and reading, skills that I love and that have benefited me throughout my whole life. In a large part, writing and making poems have provided an escape for me from the turmoils of my life. At the age of 18, I entered Trinity College to develop my skills as a writer and published my first pieces of poetry.
His poetry published in Poems by Two Brothers. Next, in 1827, Tennyson began to study at Trinity College, Cambridge, where his two older brothers were also students. While attending Trinity College, Tennyson continued to write poetry, and in 1829, he won the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the poem Timbuktu. Next, in 1830, Tennyson published his first solo collection, Poems, chiefly lyrical. Then, in 1832, he published his second volume entitled simply Poems.
In my first years, making and publishing poems, I received much criticism and ridicule, which bothered me deeply. I could not handle so many people talking bad of me and my poems. I worked so hard on it. I did, however, find comfort in a dear and beloved friend of mine, Arthur Hallam, who I met at Trinity College.
Met Arthur Hallam at Trinity College when a literary club led by Arthur, called the Apostles, approached him after reading some of his first poems. Him and Arthur soon became best of friends. And one day, he unexpectedly died.
After Arthur's death, I wrote my most cherished poem, In Memoriam, which I dedicated to him. Here is a brief excerpt from it. Such clouds of nameless trouble cross all night below the darkened eyes. With morning wakes the will and cries, Thou shalt not be the fool of loss. I sometimes hold, if half a sin, put in words the grief I feel, for words like nature half reveal and half conceal the soul within. But for the unquiet heart and brain, a use and measured language lies, the sad mechanic exercise, like dull narcotics numbing pain. In words like weeds, I'll wrap me o'er, like coarsest clothes against the cold, but that large grief which these enfold is given an outline and no more. After leaving college and suffering the loss of his friend, Alfred was invited by Queen Victoria to become England's new Poets Laureate. Through Alfred's new position, he and Queen Victoria became very close. Soon after, Queen Victoria lost her husband, Prince Albert, and found great comfort in reading Alfred's poem In Memoriam. Charge of Light's Brigade, one of Alfred's more successful works, written to depict the battle between British troops and Russian soldiers in the Crimean War. Volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell, boldly they rode and well, into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell, rode the 600. Flashed all their sabers bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabering the gunners there, charging an army while all the world wondered, plunged into the battery smoke, right through the line they broke. Cossack and Russian reeled from the saber stroke, shattered and sundered. I envy not, in any moods, the captive void of noble rage, the linnet born within the cage, that never knew the summer woods. I envy not the beast that takes his license in the field of time, unfettered by the sense of crime, to whom a conscience never wakes. Know what may count itself as blessed, the heart that never plighted troth, but stagnates in the weeds of sloth. Know any once begotten rest. I hold it true, whate'er befall. I feel it when I sorrow most. 'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.